What's going on, party people? Captain Zeus here, and I'm back with another Nerds in Squares mini podcast episode here. Today, I am joined by a longtime friend, an amazing content creator, the booty bandit himself, Raizo Uchiha, over here to join on this.
I appreciate that intro, dog.
Oh, of course.
How we living, Zeus? How we living?
Oh, you know me. I'm just day by day watching new anime and trying to catch up on all the nerdy news that's out there, which is a freaking crap ton, dude.
It just got a little bit heavier because the state of play we just watched, and
yeah.
There's a lot of games dropping, but you did say we're here to talk about anime. So I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna take over.
Oh, by all means.
What's on your watch list? Excuse the pups in the back. They like anime too.
Hey, we're pro pups here. We're a pro pups here.
Perfect.
Shoot, what's on my anime watch list? Solo Leveling is one of them, of course. You know, you can't say no to that. I got a couple of other ones here. There's, what was it? Headhunter in Another World. To like Salaryman to head Demon General 4 or something like that. Can't remember. Okay. Daily Life as an Online Shopper. And don't laugh about this one. It's The 100 Girlfriends Who Really Love You, season 2. All right.
Listen, I ain't judging, because honest to God, I love a good harem anime. I'm gonna lie.
Bro, this one is so this one's nuts. And then I'm married to my arch enemy, or it's like I'm married to the chick I hate in class. That one I've actually kind of enjoyed. It became a little bit more wholesome.
Okay.
I guess we'll just start with that one while I'm on the topic.
Okay.
Basically, this guy's like number one in his class, has like this frenemy kind of more enemy rivalry with one of his classmates who's like always number 2, and he's like the grandson or like the heir to this big corporation, and his grandpa calls him, is like, hey, you're gonna marry this chick, and this chick just so happened to be his rival in class. And he's like, I would literally rather die than marry her. And she's like, I would rather also do the same. And so long story short, they kind of like blackmail them into the fact that you're going to marry them or you're not going to get anything. Yeah. And so they marry each other, or they agree to it, but the grandparents are like, yeah, so we already got you guys married in your own house already. And they're like, this just happened like yesterday. So what the frick? And so they have to like stay there if he wants to keep his inheritance, if she wants to go and be like a nurse or something. So it's for her to go to college to do so. And it's like, again, blackmailing them. And so it's kind of like you see them butt heads a lot, but they slowly grow closer, and like from the enemy route into the fact that, you know, when you're living with someone, you just naturally grow close to them. They have a lot more in common than they think, and it's like a really enjoyable one, you know.
I like that
in comparison to the 100 Girlfriends one, which is
you know? Wait, so if I remember properly, first question,
yeah,
are you watching all these on Crunchyroll?
Heck yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna want to look up a couple of these after.
All of these are on Crunchyroll right now.
Okay. Now, the 100 Girlfriends, because I remember seeing it. I didn't start it though.
Okay.
If I remember properly, the whole plot behind that was this dude like made a wish or something, and like every girl falls in love with him, or like if he doesn't love them back, they die.
You're basically on the nose.
Am I remembering that?
So what
right?
happens is this dude, it's like the end of middle school. He's going to this shrine, and he prays to the god of love. He's like, you know, I want a girlfriend, whatever. And he's like, you know what? You were rejected 100 times in middle school, or 100 times in your life, so you're gonna have 100 prospects in high school. Little does he know that the god also messed up, and if you know how like when it's like that love at first sight thing where you meet them, they're like, ugh. So if he gets that feeling, he has to be with them, otherwise they'll die. And there's like 100 prospects, so basically that's how he gets 100 girlfriends.
I would be in trouble.
He gets a MILF, bro.
I would be in trouble.
I'm just telling you right now, this high schooler is bagging a MILF, and it's the mom of one of his girlfriends. It is the stupidest thing ever, but you're just like, you know what? You know, fantasy for a reason, right?
Fantasy is fantasy. Listen, oh man,
it is so funny though. Some of the funniest moments happen in there, and it's a really Like it's one that you don't want to watch with a fam, but also just you know, you want to just like sit back and just get a good laugh out of.
No, I'm definitely gonna have to add this to the watch list right now. I like that. We because this is my thing with anime. I love to have like a nice balance of, you know, action, story, but sometimes I just need something mindless. And if it happens to be a little harem, who am I to say no? You know what I mean?
I don't exactly say no to the harems. You know, it's,
you know what
sometimes
I mean?
it's just that good. High School DxD said a good president. You know what I'm saying?
But I love a good like romance rom-com anime. So no, I'll definitely have to check that one out.
I've become like I don't even like watching romance or rom-com movies, like real ones or IRL ones. I only like watching anime ones because it's something about it that's just. It just does the development so well and a little bit more relatable. Oh, just like this other one I'm watching, Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf, also on Crunchyroll. That one is way more wholesome. And it's a little bit unique in terms of isekais because this guy, every time he goes to sleep, he's sent to another world. And anytime he dies there or, you know, he needs to go to sleep there, he'll wake up back in the real world. And for a while, he thought that was just dream world, you know. But it ended up being the fact that it's a different dimension, like another reality. And he only found this out because he and this elf that he grew close to, like they were in this dragon lair, they got burnt, like this dragon spewed fire all over him, and he was holding on to her, and so they died. But when he woke up in the real world, the elf was there with him. So she transported with him. And he's like, yo, what the frick? And so she's getting introduced to Japan, and then whenever they're like basically hugging when they're going to sleep, you know, cuddling, they get sent back to the other world. So it's like a really cool and more wholesome route of like an isekai travel and romance. But I'm really enjoying that one.
I love it, man. That's pretty dope. No, so I mean, ever since, all right, so I'm gonna take you back in my anime history a little bit. I've been watching anime since I was a kid, but I remember. Like around 13, I watched Clannad. Have you ever heard of Clannad?
I never heard of Clannad.
Zeus. All right, listen. Those who have watched Clannad, they know and they understand. Clannad will make you the happiest you have ever been, but it will also like break your heart into 1,000 pieces. Dang. Like I had to stop watching Clannad because I had this theory in my head that as much as I was enjoying myself, it was such a comfort show to me. But it also, I would watch it simultaneously when very bad things would happen to me. Ooh. Like I had a couple of very bad breakups happen at the same time. I was rewatching Clannad. I'm like, I don't know if I can come back to this because I'm crying and I don't know if it's because of the breakup or the anime. I need help.
Probably both. Let's be honest, it's probably both.
fair warning, if you're gonna watch Clannad, you're gonna cry. But nah, man, that's really cool. I mean, right now on my list, I don't have anything that's rich like that. So I'm happy that you recommended those to me. Like for me, for example, I've been watching a lot of Dr. Stone. So they have a new season of that. I think it's like season 4.
Yeah.
And the thing with Dr. Stone, I love animes. It's almost like Cooking Wars or Food,
like food
Wars.
Oh no,
Wars.
I'm done.
So it's like
get out of here.
It's
with
like
that mess.
Food Wars. No, not in the sense of, you know, like they make food and then they have an orgasm.
I know.
But like you apply like real life things, and it like translates over to animation. Because with Dr. Stone, they have like it's like a mini science class in every episode, and it's so cool seeing them rebuild the world. And it makes you think, I'm like, damn, are they actually going to be able to rebuild the world one day? So I've been really enjoying that one. Dragon Ball Daima. Are you a big Dragon Ball fan, Zeus?
Love Dragon Ball so much, and I know I say that, but I still haven't seen Daima yet. It's like there. I want to just go watch it on my own time, you know, away from the hype. 100%. But
trust me, I get that perfectly. But I've been tuning into Dragon Ball Daima, and we're close to the end. I'm pretty sure
I think you guys got like 1 or 2 more episodes left or something.
I was about to say, I think next week, either this week or next week. By the end of February, it's done. But Daima has been such a dream for me personally, because not only it being like Toriyama's last project, but it's filled in it's given so much backstory to a lot of the other races. Like you understand where the Kais come from, you understand where the Namekians come from, the Dragon Balls. the demon world, like what it means to be like Majin and Daima, all that. So as a Dragon Ball fan, because I've been watching Dragon Ball since I was 2 years old. My brothers introduced me early on, and listen, I was in the living room screaming,
Trying to go that black Super Saiyan. Let's go.
bro, throwing out Gala Guns and Command Mans, doing the fusion dance with my brother. Oh, bro, Dragon Ball runs in my blood, and so to see Daima has been super refreshing because I've been watching Dragon Ball literally from the OG Dragon Ball. So it brings back the charm of the OG, but the epic battles from Z, and then it bridges that gap into Super.
Okay.
So I've been really, really, really enjoying that, and I highly recommend, if anybody watching this right now, if you guys have not watched Daima, give it a shot. If them being kids again throws you off, keep going. It gets better.
Just keep going. You might as well stick it out.
It gets better.
The animation looks clean though too.
GT. Bro, the animation is insane. And this last fight, go watch it. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say.
I heard you mention GT. We don't talk about that here. Okay, unless we're speaking Super Saiyan 4. Oh my gosh, dog.
You don't like GT?
Okay, look. Quick side tangent. It's not that I don't like GT. I really don't like GT. There's so many things about it that's just like, it's just cringe. What I say?
Not that I don't like GT. I really don't like it.
Like, there's only two cool things that came out of that. Super Saiyan 4, the best transformation ever, and the Omega Dragon Balls, like the evil Dragon Balls, like, and the fact that they became their own entities, like those were cool. That was a cool arc as frick. But everything else, like them turning into kids, I was okay with if it like transformed into a really good story. But it was so dumb. It goes into an arc where they're fighting dancing aliens in an asteroid. Are you kidding me? Like, I get it's Dragon Ball, but at the same time, I was about to say,
like, this is just Dragon Ball.
At the same time, and then the baby stuff got a little confusing, and
the Tuffles.
I know, but it got a little convoluted there for a bit, and I was like, eh. But nevertheless, I mean, enough about that.
I'm gonna let you have your opinion, Zeus. All right, this is your show. I ain't gonna blow up the spot.
You know what? We'll have to have a full-blown podcast for that one. Hot takes in anime.
GT debate. Listen,
hey, I'll stand on this hill. I will stand on this hill. All right, I'll die on it.
That's fair. Now, okay, I know this one isn't on Crunchyroll.
Okay.
But have you seen Sakamoto Days?
Okay. So I love reading mangas and webtoons. Some people on the channel, they know about my webtoon videos, and we'll be dropping more soon. Keep a lookout.
Okay.
But Sakamoto Days was one of those shonen anime or shonen mangas that it was on from day one, just like Kaiju number 8. Like, I was reading it from the get-go and really freaking enjoyed it. When it was announced that it was getting an anime, I was hyped, but I was like, you know what? I'm worried. It's on Netflix. Netflix doesn't have the best track record for just shows in general. And then I saw that trailer. Dog. And I was like, this is clean. I haven't seen the show yet. I'm gonna wait a bit, and then because I don't have Netflix either, so I'm gonna have to figure out other routes. But anyways, no, I haven't seen it yet, but I know for a fact it looks clean, and I've heard just a lot of people that have seen it like really enjoy it.
If I can say, I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, once again, like I said, I like to whenever I'm watching anime, I like to have that balance, right? Action, shonen, drama, wholesome. Sakamoto Days is like a 2-for-1 because there's a lot of action there. It's a great story and it's very wholesome, and damn, that animation is clean. And Sakamoto himself, like, I remember when I saw the trailer,
dude is a G,
bro, with the gumball into the bullet. I said, huh? Oh yeah, run this, and it has not disappointed me yet. So that's definitely, like, I look forward to that. I have a weekly Saturday like watch. Whenever I finish streaming on Saturdays, I sit down, put some sweats on, put a hoodie on, and we get comfy. And I watch Sakamoto Days, Daima, and we're just kicked back.
You know, for a manga reader, you're in for such a good ride. Like, if you think it's rambunctious and just wild now, you literally have seen nothing yet. Now, the story gets dark too. Like, I stopped reading, it got to where we get to the big bad, and it gets dark. Like I haven't read the latest
bet.
chapters, but man, it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Damn. See, now you got me geeked. I'm excited to see it.
It's my job, man. That's what I do.
Now, we were talking about this a little bit. I think we got to talk about solo leveling now.
Oh yeah, solo leveling.
What do you think so far? Did you watch last week's episode?
Okay, I know I'm not up to date with everything, but that is one of the shows I have to be up to date with.
100%. Okay.
I have to. Now, one thing I watched the movie, by the way. I don't know if any of you guys realized the movie came out a few months back. Yeah. So what happened was before season 2 dropped, they came out with a movie that recapped season 1. It was like the last 5 or 6 episodes. And then it was the first 2 or 3 episodes of season 2, all in one movie.
Okay.
So I got to watch that before season 2 came out. So I technically got to watch some of season 2 before it came out. Super clean, loved it. It was in English. I like to watch it in subs. So I watched the anime, and man, the animation quality stays just as good as season 1, if not better.
I feel like it got better.
I thought so too. I thought it was tripping.
I think it got better.
And can we just talk about the intro and outro for this season? I've been listening to the outro on loop for 3 weeks now. For 3, I love Lisa. Nothing wrong with the intro, but the outro from TK, the guy that did the Tokyo Ghoul intro,
they're not missing.
Oh my gosh. And I know this has nothing to do with last week's episode, because last week's episode was just pure adrenaline injected right into your freaking veins, dude. And if I recall correctly from the webtoon, the fight was not like as long as it was in the anime, which means they deliberately made it look and dragged it out a bit longer for entertainment purposes.
And listen, and they entertained the hell out of me, bro. Now, can we go into details? Is this a spoiler-free podcast?
You know what? Let's spoiler warning up ahead. How about that? Because we got to talk about it.
The thing that I love most about last week's episode is especially for what they did with Jinwoo's character, is they took away that sort of mystique that he had, right?
Okay.
This is his first time having to like expose himself to more than like the 1 or 2 people that have been in his parties. Obviously, you know, they know that he's an S rank now because he retested. The agencies are on him. Everybody's going to be hunting him down. But it was so cool to me when the agency came in and they said, hey, he's flying under the radar. We need you to respect this. But I'm curious to see what's next for him now. I've never read the webtoon.
I was about to ask that, dude.
I gotta say, I do not read any manga. I do not read any webtoons. So I'm like anime only. So as things come out, I'm fully surprised.
I will say, if there's any webtoon adaptation to actually read the source on, it's solo leveling, because the pacing is just as fast in the webtoon. So it's not like you're gonna like season 1 was actually slower than how the webtoon was, because the creator added a lot more extra backstory and stuff into season 1. But if you're reading the webtoon, it's way more fast paced, a little bit more details in terms of like the gruesomeness and some of the action. And I just think the art style is just so good. Not to say the anime is bad, but the art style just pops more in the webtoon. But dude, you are not ready for what's going to come next in the next few episodes, because from what I've heard, we're going to be going into the Biru arc or the ant raid arc, and that's going to be probably the craziest thing you anime watchers have ever seen,
bro. Because I remember seeing the ants at like the beginning of season 1. That was like the big like dungeon that they weren't able to finish, right?
So you know how Hunter x Hunter has the Chimera ant arc?
I vaguely remember. I didn't watch a lot of Hunter x Hunter.
Gasp.
So I just let it play in the background a lot of times.
That's a show you need to go back and rewatch, dog. I'm telling you.
Listen, I don't know if I got the patience.
The Chimera ant arc is probably one of my favorite arcs in anime, dude. Because it gets, and I'm talking about Hunter x Hunter, it gets so dark and so brutal, and so like you could feel the feelings with these characters. And it's like, you're honestly going into it, you're not prepared about what's gonna happen in there at all. I'm gonna be straight up. Like me going into that and watching it for the first time, I'm like, okay, sure, the show gets a little dark here and there and someone dies or, you know, limbs, but whatever. Nah.
limbs, whatever, limbs.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for the amount of death, destruction, and darkness and so much realism in that arc. Like, you could cry in that arc and I'd completely validate you. But, and it's honestly,
thank you for validating my feelings, Zeus.
Oh, of course. You know, that's what friends are for. But take that and you put that into solo leveling. It's the exact same thing, just in a shorter span of time in this upcoming arc. Maybe that's just me overhyping it, but I've read that and it gave me so much adrenaline and chills because of not only the big bad Biru that we will be introduced into, but the fight scenes and, you know, the consequences of actions. And that's this season. That's this season, man.
Okay, listen, I don't know how you are with hypotheticals, but I've always been like that ever since I was a kid. So like me and my brother, whenever we were like super into a show, that's how my name came about, Raizo Uchiha. It's because like we would put ourselves into stories, and like I made up the name Raizo, and I was deep into Naruto and had to tack on Uchiha, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that.
But I have to ask you, if you were in the world of solo leveling, one, what rank do you think that you would be? What rank would you want to be? And what would your weapon be?
So a lot of people are going to instantly say I want to be an S rank, but I don't. I do not want to be an S rank.
You don't want the smoke.
I don't want the smoke, but it's also just extremely dangerous. Like, and you'll see this in this show specifically, how like the consequences of being powerful. Like and that's something a lot of series don't tackle, or maybe they do, but it's not as much. But there are consequences to being powerful, and it's not just about making enemies. It's about making enemies of people that you've never met or never knew were your enemies. Like when the world is at stake, you are on the front lines. You know what I mean? And I ain't about that. I'll be honest. Like I ain't about that.
I respect that. Listen, I respect that.
I'd rather stay A rank. I'll stay in A rank. What do I think rank I'm gonna be? Probably like a B or C. Because I mean, I got a tanky build. I'm a big guy, so I'll probably be like a B or a C. Weapon wise, I could see wielding like a shield and long sword, but I mean, maybe just like a two-handed blade would be fine. I ain't got the agility for no daggers. I ain't no Jinwoo Sung over here, but you know, I'd probably be more on the tankier side in terms of that. Maybe even hand to hand.
Honestly, I could definitely see you being a great sword wielder for sure. I could definitely see you being great sword. I think actually, Zeus, that's pretty accurate. I like where your head's at. Hey,
you know what? As an anime lover and a gamer, I know a thing or two. I could address things properly. Yeah. What you got though? What you got?
I think if I were to be there, you know, I got this hero complex about me. I think I would definitely.
It's the Uchiha in you.
You know what I'm saying? If I can't rule the world, I'm gonna take it over. So I think I would definitely be A or S. Like I want to be A or S.
Okay.
I would probably end up high B, low A.
Okay.
As far as weapon, I think I would want like a longsword, like maybe samurai type build, or I'd go like
get you like a katana or something.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Just slice and dice on them.
I could see you being an assassin too, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Exactly. So that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say either rogue, like assassin type, sort of like Jinwoo, but I wouldn't want long swords. Like I need two long swords. Forget the daggers. Like give me two katanas, I'd be clean.
Okay, look.
And a couple of ninja tools.
Just because you watched Overlord once or twice doesn't mean that you can wield two long swords, all right?
Man, listen. I can do whatever my heart pleases if you're S rank, you feel me?
And you know what? You're not wrong there. If you can catch the smoke, you can do whatever, man. And you take it, man. I'll stay in the back. I'll defend the civilians.
Listen, man. Good support. I'll keep you covered. Don't you worry.
I appreciate that. It's what homies are for.
You know it. You know it, man. But nah, man. Yeah, no. I'm excited for what solo leveling has to come next because that's one of those animes where it's been such a fun watch. And like, don't get me wrong, like season 1 for me, it started off a little bit slow. No lie. It took me a little bit to get invested into Jinwoo's story. But by the end, seeing him put in the work and like the whole entire idea of like the system and like all of this just being a game for him, I'm one of those people where like I watch an anime, I'm like, damn, if I apply this to my real life, what if like I just made it a goal to do like, I just act like there's a pop-up, 100 push-ups. And if I knock it out every day. So I love seeing those type of animes that can sort of inspire people. Because Jinwoo's story really is like, don't give up, keep working hard, and you can achieve greatness. Because even with him being as strong as he is, it's not like he doesn't get pushed back. Like, we see him get pushed back. He has like that Vegeta effect where like, all right, you're gonna kill me, I'm gonna come back stronger. I like that.
I respect that. And to wrap things up here, because I know we're narrowing down on time, I would say if you enjoy that kind of a webtoon, I think you'll enjoy, and this is not me trying to plug in more videos in my own channel or anything, but the Omniscient Reader Viewpoint. I dropped a video on this channel not too long ago about the anime that just got announced. It's adapted from a webtoon, a very popular one of the same name.
Okay.
And it is one of the first webtoons after Solo Leveling that I watched, or that I read. And it goes about in a similar sense with, life turns into a game, there's pop-ups, except he's actually, the novel that he reads becomes reality. He's not sucked into it. It becomes like the world is the novel that he has already read. And so long story short, there's like these deities that turn this into a live streaming game for other deities. So everyone, like, they're watching and enjoyment while the humans are the playthings. They're the ones to suffer. And it has some of the best action, character development, story, and it can get like really real for a good while. So that's one to look out for personally.
Okay.
And I know Solo Leveling has a sequel manga or a sequel webtoon that's out right now about his son, so that's pretty cool too. If you haven't checked that out, that's a good read. It's like Solo Leveling Ragnarok, actually.
I'm not huge on reading, but y'all might get me. 2025, I might turn over a new leaf. Man. I like that.
There's a lot of good webtoons out there, but we're gonna wrap this up here. Wrap this mini podcast episode off. Thank you for hopping in and joining. I know we went over time, but we're gonna have to have a full podcast next time. Just a full.
Listen,
episode.
man. You just let me know whenever you're ready. I'm ready to rock with you guys. Yo, Zeus, thank you so much for having me, brother. To all the Olympians out there, thank you for receiving me. It's been your boy Raizo Uchiha, the #1 booty bandit, and appreciate y'all kicking it with us.
Of course. I'm Captain Zeus, and we'll see you guys in the next one. See you.
Peace.